Hi, this is Mr. Fix with the weekly science update for the first week of school in 2022. All right, so the first day of school, we did a little activity where we had first day memes and students pick which one matched their current mindset. So that was a fun little get started activity. Then we went over the Mr. Fix's FAQs, the most frequently asked questions. So went over things like grading, late work, what do we kind of learn in science, who am I, etc. So it was a quick introduction to the course and me. Went over the bed schedule a little bit since it's a new one. Then we did an activity called tea bag burning, or whoa tea. So students predicted what they thought would happen when a flame was touching the tea bag. Then we kind of went over what we noticed, what happened while the tea bag was burning, maybe some of the colors, the flames, and then especially at the end, what happened when most of the tea bag was finished burning. And then we talked about, well, what kind of questions popped in your mind as we were watching that? So a little taste of science. And then they did an activity called All About Me, where they drew a self-portrait of themselves. They got to list some of their favorites, the people in their lives, the places they have lived or wish to go, or want to visit, some of their wishes in life, what makes them sad and what makes them laugh, and some fun facts. So a little way to get some insights into these students. So that was basically day one. Then day two, we did the beginning of the school year questionnaire. This is a way for me to gain more insights about students. And I'm going to be looking at this throughout the year as we learn in science. They didn't filled out online in the Chromebook activity called Stand Up, Sit Down, just kind of fun little questions about themselves, just little tiny fun things. So I'm going to be using this throughout the year at the beginning of the period in an activity called Stand Up, Sit Down. Then we started the activity on Thursday called Plane Crash. And basically the scenario was that they were passing on a plane and it crashed in northern Canada, freezing weather, and they had these 12 items and they had to rank these 12 items and how important they were to their survival. Then they got together in teams and they decided as a team how they would rank those items in terms of the team survival. Then we had the experts rankings and we compared how well close the individual was to the expert and compared to the team, how close the team was to the expert. And then we added up the individual score and team score. And basically, sometimes the individual scored better than the team. In other cases, the team scored better than the individual. So we talked about, well, why would a team do better than the individual? We talked about how team members might have different areas of expertise and knowledge bases and experiences that can be useful in situations. And we talked about why would an individual do better in the team, even though the team maybe had some of these experts in them. And we talked about, well, sometimes maybe team dynamics are in such a way where people aren't comfortable sharing, or they're not, or these experts are not really listened to. And so we kind of talked about, well, this year we're going to learn strategies and techniques that we can use when we collaborate in groups in science, of how we can increase the likelihood of groups succeeding. So that's kind of a theme that we're going to have this year, and we'll be working on it all year. So we started that Thursday, we finished it on Friday, and then we set up our notebook, reference notebook, or we kind of set up our doing science notebook and reference notebook. So we have the table of contents we set up right here in the notebook, and this is our first entry, the broom scavenger hunt. We're going to do this activity on Monday, but we glued it into our reference notebook today. And so that's basically what we did this week. Our homework was to say hi using the Screencastify assignment, so that way I know how to pronounce student names. So they did that, and they made sure they had their spiral notebook, composition notebook, and glue stick. Again, we started that on Friday. So that's what we did this week. I hope you have a good weekend. Bye-bye.